Guys, welcome back to my sewing corner. If you're new here, you're very much welcome. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for clicking on this video, and do not forget to click on that red subscribe button and the bell beside it to get notifications of new video from me. And I also hope that you learn one or two things from this tutorial, okay, which is very important. Okay, now today I'm going to be showing us how to make draft and cut a basic sleeve, okay, and I'm going to be using my sketch to illustrate, to make it better for us to understand. So if you're interested in watching, stay tuned and watch to the end, and do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. Okay, so let's get started. So if you want to draft a short sleeve, these are the measurements: shoulder to cap height, shoulder to bicep, and then your shoulder to where your sleeve and your short sleeve length will end. Okay, for a 3/4 sleeve, you need your shoulder to cap height as well, shoulder to your bicep height or bicep, and then also your shoulder to your 3/4 length circumference. Okay, so if it's a long sleeve as well, the same thing, you need all of that, and also your shoulder to your wrist. Okay, and please, when you're taking your sleeve measurements, make sure the hand of your client or your hand is a bit tilted to the back, okay, as you can see in this sketch. Okay, so that way you have all your lines, your measurements in your tape rule following your body measurements, okay, so that there won't be shortage. So this is what I have. And how do you calculate the cap height, which is very, very important? The cap height is where your armhole measurements will fall on, okay, that is where your armhole measurements will be when you're drafting it on this pattern paper. So it's just your bicep minus 1.5, which I feel like is constant. Just subtract 1.5 from your client's bicep length. Okay, so your bicep is the widest part of your hand, okay, that full part that has no more fat, that fattest part, that widest part, that is your bicep. So you're just going to subtract 1.5 inches from that bicep to get your cap height. Okay, so now we're going to be drafting on this pattern paper. I'm going to be drafting a short basic sleeve, okay, but you can also use that for a long sleeve, a 3/4 sleeve, as you want, just that you will increase the length. But the things that you need are going to be in this short sleeve. Okay, for other type of sleeve, like for other length, you can just increase it, and that's it. Okay, so first thing first, I'm going to draw my starting line, 0.5 inch, where my vertical measurement will start from. So this is my 0.5 inch where all of my vertical measurements will start from. So from that point, I'm going to mark. Please take note that my pattern paper is on fold, and I've used the widest parts of my measurement, which is the armhole, from the shoulder to the widest part of the sleeve, which is the bicep. And whatever you have, you take it down. So I have 7 inches. Okay, so if I subtract 1.5 inch from that, I'm going to have 5.5 for my cap height. Then the sleeve length, where this is a short sleeve, so the sleeve length would be 11 inches. Okay, so you measure what you want. This is not fixed. Okay, then this is going to be my allowance, okay, my hemming allowance. So right now I'll just draw horizontal lines across those points. Okay, so here, this is my cap height. Like I said, you're going to be taking your armhole measurements on the cap height. You're going to be taking your bicep circumference. Your bicep here has a circumference, it's not just the length. So you're going to take it there, and then also where your sleeve length, your short sleeve length ends, the circumference of that part, that's the round sleeve, which we'll take here. So my armhole measurement is actually 20. The round armhole is 20 inches, and I'm going to divide it by 2 and subtract 1 inch. The reason is because it's gonna be curved and you don't want excesses. Okay, so that is why I subtract 1 inch from my armhole measurement. So I'll be left with what's 9 inches, as you can see. So I'll just go ahead and mark it, and from this point I'm going to connect my line to this point. I won't consider the allowance now. Okay, so by the time I start drawing the curve, I'll consider the allowance. So once I start making the sleeve curve or the sleeve head, I will consider the allowance. So the next thing I will do is to find the midpoint of this line. So we're going to be drafting the front and the back sleeve separately, but let's still do this. Okay, so just find the midpoint of the line I just drew. So I have 10.5 here. Okay, so that is what 5/4. Okay, and I will go up by 3/4. Remember, basic bodies block. What we normally do, this is what we're putting here for the sleeve, because the sleeve is going to be inserted into the basic bodies, so into the bodies. Okay, so that is it. Then I'm going to connect this to this point. Now I'm going to consider the allowance here. Okay, so try and make it as curved as possible. And you see, so from here I'll draw a line to this point. Now I'll consider the allowance also. This is the allowance I'll be giving my armhole. So I'm just going to draw a straight line from here to here. I'll still make adjustment to that. Okay. Now, you know, the sleeve is not, the armhole is not really straight, so I'm going to just make a little bit of curve around that part for the sleeve. So you can come like dividing this into two again, like half of this line. Okay, so you can just start, you know, coming in like this. Okay, just to give you that curve. Okay, so that's it for the back sleeve. Now for the front sleeve, I'm going to curve from here to this point, to the initial one. It came up by 3/4, so I'm going to come here to the initial one, and then I will slope it down like this so that I can have an S shape to give it hollow for the front bodies. Okay, so this is what I'll have. So this is for the back and this is for the front. Now the next thing you're going to do is to come to your bicep and take your bicep circumference. So here I have 8 inches my bicep circumference, and the same allowance I gave here I'm going to give back. So I gave it 1/4 here, so I'm going to give that same allowance here as well. Then also my sleeve, the round sleeve, 7 inches. Okay, 7 inches. Then I'll give it as well the allowance I give it. So I'm going to connect these lines. I'll connect these ones first. Then I will connect this to this. So I'm going to use my hand because I don't want it to be sharp. So that's it for that part. Then for the allowance, I'll just fold in my allowance, then I'll cut it out. So you see, you fold in your allowance like so. And then you cut. So first I'm going to cut the back armhole first. Remember I said this is the back armhole and this is the front armhole. So I'm going to be cutting the back armhole first before I cut the front armhole. So let's cut from the base here. So this is my back armhole. As you can see, this is what my sleeve looks like. Then I will go ahead and open it up to cut the front armhole. Okay, can you see? So I'll go ahead and cut the front armhole as well. So this is what I have. Can you see? So you can see that there's a difference. Let me fold it so that you see. There's difference between the front and the armhole. Okay, so this all depends on your measurements. Okay, so guys, that's it for a basic sleeve. And like I said, you can extend it for The other length you want to use a 3/4 sleeve, a long sleeve. You can also alter this, to make a bishop sleeve. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next.